Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, welcome on channel Live 7.
Thank you. Happy to participate.
Sir, could you tell me about yourself and about your work?
Thank you for inviting me on this platform. My name is Dr. K. Vardharangan. I live in Bangalore and I'm an MSc in physics and PhD in the applied physics area. Since childhood, I've been interested in music and I learned classical Carnatic vocal music. I've been a performer since my age of 20 years. So been very passionate about two subjects, that is one is music and other is of course science and physics. So that's been my journey. And in 2010, I started looking at making instruments without animal skins, and I will share that story separately. So that's been my journey so far. Yeah.
Great, sir.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
okay, sir. Welcome, sir. Sir, you have made instrument like tabla and mridang using glass
Right.
fiber. So, what is the
Yeah.
reason behind of making instrument using glass fiber, sir?
See, this has two components to this question has two components. One is why I made them in the first place. And second thing is why I choose certain type of materials for this particular, situation. So the primary concern was cruelty to animals. For example, if you take the mridanga, which is a South Indian traditional instrument, so it is made of uh, you know uh, skins from three animals. One is the goat skin, which is the primary member, and then there is the cow skin, which is on the top layer, which is a thicker material, and the buffalo skin on the left side. So in the present times, it's no longer slaughtered, killed, previously died animals are available. They're slaughtering the animals to make these instruments. It's so unfortunate that music being so pure, divine, and so spiritual. In the exhibition of this art, we have the inevitability to kill them and use their skins. So in 2010, this realization occurred that somehow we should do something about this. And then I started researching in 2010 about what could be done. So especially the percussion instruments, which all use animal skin, as you know, the mridangam and tabla, khol, dholak, name any Indian instrument, most of them they use this animal skin. And that was the primary concern. My other concern was also that, since, for example, if you take the mridangam, a whole tree has to be cut to make a mridangam. And maybe you'll be able to make only one or two instruments with a whole tree being cut. So that was another concern, that the kind of environmental degradation, deforestation that these instruments, we need to be causing. So that was second concern. So I wanted to address both these issues. And coming to the skin part, it was very difficult to do something in alternative materials. Because see, if you see the Indian instruments like the mridanga, tabla, I'll just show you tabla, for example. So this is tabla. So
Oh,
this black
great, sir.
portion, yeah, this black portion is a challenge because this is made of boiled rice and some ingredients like iron oxide powder, etc. And it's a proprietary combination of certain material, and they apply it on the goat skin. For the tabla I'm talking about, so they put the goat skin on top of that. They apply this in layers, and then that will give the kind of sound that you see on the tabla. Just for your information, those that that's called siyahi. That is usually it lasts for a couple of months, sometimes a year or so. But this is a kind of a permanent application which lasts for 5-6 years without any degradation. So this was another thing. So I had to research for this material basically. First of all, I had to find what skin are suitable for these instruments, tabla mridangam. And second thing is, what do I use for that siyahi? That these two things were bothering me. So it almost took 2 years for me to find the right type of material the R&D part I'm talking about, write up material and what I do for the, that CIE. So I found that a particular type of rubber works for this after a lot of experimentation, innumerable failures, sleepless nights. So I was able to, strike gold. I really should say that. So this material I found, but it was very hard to process that material because it's a paste. How do you apply? How do you process that? So I had to find a way of processing that paste into something that sets in into the required shape, and then form a bond with that. So it turned out that this material is one of the best materials on the planet that can stick to the polyester film. The drum heads are made of polyester films and form it a permanent bond which lasts for several years, and then doesn't wear and tear, it doesn't flake away, and which is after curing it is so inert that we can even eat it. I mean, not that we should do it, but it's so inert, it's chemically inert. And also, it bonds permanently and then gives a beautiful sustained zone. So this is the major breakthrough. So the first thing was to find the CIE material and also the drum head material. I had to do a lot of research, study, go to the market. Believe it or not, I've gone to the market hundreds of times to look for materials that is available. So this one was available one fine day, and that started opening the door for the future, developments. So that they were started. Then initially I started with a wooden shell to understand, how to make this. Then later I shifted to, the fiberglass material. So there again, I had a lot of challenges. The reason for fiberglass is fiberglass is already a proven material for percussion. I don't know if you know this. Some mridangams were already made by then in fiberglass, and it worked fine. So, but they were using with animal skin. So my this synthetic skin could fit into that kind of a concept easily. So, but still I had to figure out, because the commercially made fiberglass shells are not very good in quality, because once the temperature changes, the pitch also changes with them. So I had to work for 2 years with the fiberglass manufacturers to understand what materials I should use so that with temperature, that pitch doesn't change. This was a huge challenge. And then we had to understand how many layers of fiberglass. So coming to fiberglass itself, you asked why I chose fiberglass. One thing was fiberglass shells were already used. Second, both in Indian and in Western, percussion also, where I've tried fiberglass. It's a very strong material. So basically, it lasts for decades or maybe even centuries. Its life is very long. So that was the reason for choosing fiberglass, and it was already proven for the field of percussion. So, and I also found that it's a very good material, provided you construct it properly. So there are a lot of issues with that. So if you understand how to make that fiberglass shell with the right kind of material, right kind of resin, right kind of glass fiber, and with the right skill, that's also important. So with the right people doing it, you can get a very good tonal quality with fiberglass. So the use of fiberglass also motivated by the fact that I didn't want to use wood, which needed cutting of large trees, especially for the mridangam. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Great initiative, sir, you have taken.
Thank you so much. It really, is a great feeling looking back, because this is something I felt honestly that we badly needed in our classical music in general, because, music is so divine, pure. It's a language of the heart, right? And then we can't be using some cruel materials, and something that destroys the environment, which is our own very soul extends into this, right? We can't damage those things. So this was a very wild experiment to start with, but I'm so happy that it turned out to be a really purely a divine tone that we can get from these instruments, being completely cruelty free and eco friendly as well. I don't need to use any wood in this, and all is made. And fiberglass is, by the way, the material is sand, and of course, some resin is used, which is a petroleum product. There is always some small price to be paid, but otherwise, this is quite sustainable material.
Is it going to give a similar sound, which instrument when people using that animal skin or like using the tree wood for that instrument?
Yeah, that's a very relevant question because ultimately, if you can't replicate the sound of the original instruments, at least if not 100%, come very close to that and get the same feel, then people won't accept it, even though it may be cruelty free, it may be eco friendly and all that. Finally, that an artist want that particular tone, and I'm very happy to say that it meets those requirements very much, and people are already using it. So how do you test something? They say the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So thousands of artists are already using it now all across the globe. So we actually, this is nothing new. Really speaking, we started in 2010, 2016. It's almost about 7 years now. But we have taken a deliberate stand not to go for a lot of publicity. It all happens. We wanted to grow it organically. So we didn't give publicity. We didn't give advertisements. We started slowly. We wanted the products also to mature, take the feedback from the artist, make it even better. And that was the reason why we went slow. And it is the good thing in hindsight, because now the artists know more about it. They're using it a lot. And may show you a few clippings of those artists playing it on the screenshot. Can I share a screen on that and also show the instruments later live?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
yes, sir. Sir,
yeah,
could you tell me about your recent meeting with Lok Sabha member Tejasvi Surya?
Yeah, so we actually wanted to meet him for quite some time because he's an extremely cultured person, and he is very much into these music circles. I see him in a lot of my friends' music festivals and all that. I see him a lot. So, and I have seen his social media, gatherings, and I find that he's an extremely culturally oriented, very knowledgeable, very scholarly person, and extremely dynamic, in his field of activity. So it was a natural thing for me to wanting to meet him because of these qualities, which we normally don't find in people in political circles. So he was one exceptionally person, and I also wanted to show him the instruments and ask him if he can help us with some government policies to take our instruments warrant by within India. So that was the primary purpose. And when we met him, it turned out to be an amazing experience. He's such a down-to-earth person, and bubbling with energy. And when I met him, he said, "I already know about this." He already had information about this. And moment I said, "Yes, I have already known about this, and it's so good that you're doing this, and it's very welcome." And we had a chat for 10, 15 minutes. And then he said he would always like to promote this, help this in whatever way possible. And both from as an individual perspective, as an individual, he was a great person, a very, very, very interesting person as well. And the helping nature, is also something that was really very moved when I met Sri Tejasvi Surya.
Nice, sir. And sir, is there any online platform through which one can order the instrument which you have, manufactured?
Yes, we have our website, which is it's an e-commerce portal, so people can order directly from there. They can also look at the products, and it's also a knowledge center where there is a section where people can go and, because I'm a scientist, so I put in a lot of information about the technical aspects. So those who want to know that also, for example, why does the mridanga or tabla sound the way it sounds? So all these technical papers, references, all these are there. It's just not a store, but it's also a storehouse of knowledge, I would say. So all this is available. Our website is www.karunyamusicals.com, KARUNYAMUSICALS.com, karunyamusicals.com. So one can visit both for information, taking a look at the products, and also order if necessary online. Yeah. So currently, the thing is, this site is being used for export orders. That is, we get orders on the website from the foreign countries. But those who want to, reach out to order within India, they can reach out to me directly. Yeah, on my mobile number or email.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, sir, for coming on Channel Live 7 and giving such a good opportunity to talk with you and to know about the instrument you are making without using the animal skin and without cutting trees. Such a great initiative, sir, and thank you so much for being on this Live 7 channel. Thank you so much, sir.
I also thank you for spreading the word, because everyone plays a role in this, because we may make the products, but to make it reach to more people, make them aware, is also a very important job. And it's a great thing that channels like yours, you are doing a lot of effort in doing this. And from my side, my heartfelt thanks to you and your team for doing this noble service to the society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.